Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, whenever and wherever you are. And welcome back to the Beta Plan playing Shadowrun. So, let's continue where we left off, right? On the D deck. Let's open the door. What is this? Diagnostic computer. There's no bell. This computer appears to be monitoring and controlling ship systems, power routing, alarm systems, and bilge pumps. Like everything else on the note sheet, it's an obsolete piece of junk that doesn't even have a VR interface, just a touchscreen and a keyboard. Hey, you know what? I bet we could screw the guards down here using this computer. Draw them to a different deck or something. Ooh. Investigate the power routing system. The power routing system appears to be connected only to some low-level ship functions, sewage control, HVAC, and backup battery control. It doesn't look like there's much you can do with those. We'll investigate the alarm system then. This alarm system doesn't seem connected with the actual security alarm. It appears to be a primarily voltage and short-out protection system that engages if there's a power overload somewhere on the ship. A few tweaks, and you could probably fake a voltage overload elsewhere on the ship while fake an alarm. With a few adjustments, you set off a system test alarm on C deck. It won't fool anyone for long, but they'll have to get to C deck to make sure it's not a real alarm. Well, alrighty then. A few less guards is never a bad thing, I would say. What do we have here? Electrical box. This panel, I heard some door opening. This panel's door is hanging open. The wires inside sparking occasionally. It looks like someone was recently in the process of working on the cabling, but was called away. This might provide useful access to ship systems. Oh, thank you very much. Searching through the wires and cables, it looked like someone was in the process of upgrading the internal camera system for the LC. They've left the wires exposed. Anyone with basic electronics knowledge could patch their comlink into the feed. Isabel hooks her cyberdeck up to the diagnostic port, and a few moments later, several lights flash green. Real sad. They must have bought this setup from some cut-rate junk dealer in the Golden Mile. What a piece of junk. Alright, so don't open this door. We found at least one door we do not want to open. Loot? Question mark? Yes, loot. We'll just take it to the stash for right now. Now that we know where the guards are, we know that we don't want to open that door. And don't get into trouble. There's another locker. More loot. Thank you. Question is, if we open this door, I assume it will attract the guard's attention anyway. So we're going to go round and about. What is these lights? I assume they're just normal lights, nothing special. Arcade system, nothing of value so much here. Did notice this. This is a control panel for the ship's water pumps and fire suppression system. The knobs and switches here can cut off or supply water to anywhere else with the ship outlet. The readouts indicate the fire suppression system doesn't have any safety locks engaged on it. By adjusting the pressure, you could flood the hallways leading to this deck, slowing down guards trying to reinforce the area. This would certainly set off the ship-wide alarm and draw every guard on your position, however. We don't want to do that. That's not needed. The point is, we haven't set off the alarm yet. Replace it with that one, please. So, in this little doorway we're not going to go through because there are guards over there. Alright then. We'll take that as well. Thank you. I thought I told you to, thank you, pick up the item. Anything over here of use for us? Not that we can see. Oh, there's a guard over there. Just noticed two guards over there. Let's go into this mode. See, there's a guard over there, so we should not get into this area. But to make sure, I don't know if they're patrolling. By the way, there's a red explosive barrel. Shoot that and kablooey. Which is nice if they want to get extra stuff in here, but I actually kind of want to do this mission stealthily now that we have a chance to do so. Alright, let's end this. Voila! Tissue storage. A cold storage tank and attendant machinery are are lit from within the organic soup by flickering baleful lights. The tank containing Omega Sequence 358G chugs quietly with the hum of pumps and coolant. As you look at the tank, the fluids shift and there is a soft thump as a mass of organic matter drifts up against the glass. Oh dear. A pale, lidless eye stares at you from within the tank. The phase it resides in is a ruined mass of tumors and scabrous pustules. A mutated mass of teeth and indeterminate growths dominating what should be the nose and mouth region. Nice. I still need to eat lunch. Thank you very much, game. As you look, it fixes its lone eye upon you, the pupil flickering back and forth as it tracks your motions. Isabel puts a hand over her mouth, stifling a retch. We need to put this thing out of his misery, Deathclaw. Nothing deserves to keep kept alive in this state. Curious. This creature does not appear to be in pain, despite the rampant disease that runs through it. Gaiju leans closer, his blind eyes obviously focusing on the astral body beyond mundane vision. The aura appears to be metahuman, but different somehow. It's always interesting that they say he's blind, but you can see only one eye being blind. Anyway, Isabel's eyes go wide and she takes an involuntary step backwards. You're saying this thing is a person? She says nothing else, but a deep shudder runs through her body. Well, take samples and walk away, because that's what we came for. It was one of our objectives. After a few moments of worrying, a small drawer opens to present you with a rack of vials. Each one contains a scrap of tissue. You power down the machinery, the light in the vat dim, and the creature slowly closes its single eye. As the last hum of power fades, the creature drifts away from the glass. Alright then. Let's have a look-see here. Get the project data. Probably want all files of that. Select file 1. Initial research into metagenetics presents a singular challenge, to wit, the study not of genes themselves, but of the interaction between genetics and the unseen world of astral space. If the creation of a particular metatype or magically expressed phenotype was as simple as the recombination of given amino acid sequences, then the creation of mages would be as simple as the expression of a given eye color or skin tone. But it is not like that, and this is what I like about Shadowrun: science and magic. Unfortunately, such expressions are far more complex. And now I may have gone ahead of myself, but I am a geneticist. I did biotechnology and I do these type of things. So I kinda like the fun of it. And well, though eye color is actually not defined by just one gene, it's in the expression I think about 7 or so. So it is not as straightforward as they make it seem here. There is still quite a bit of things that you can say, this person is probably going to have blue eyes if you have the genes in before you ever saw the person. But it is a high likelihood, because phenotypic things can also be influenced by the surroundings. Let's not say that DNA says everything. The expression of traits previously considered to be supernatural is a complex interplay between mundane DNA, the condition of the ambient manosphere of the time of development, and the interactions between genes and what we have dubbed astral shadows. So, more or less what makes a person, apparently during the childhood, what type of magical powers are present, and the interaction between genes and the astral shadows, which is, well, where the souls linger. And this is, oh, by the way, extremely made simple. This is not exactly how Shadowrun would put it, but anyways. Any research into these is fraught with difficulty due to their resistance to traditional, that is to say technological, instruments. Ergo, Omega Sequence 35AG is a project we decoupled from the usual safeguards against project overruns. We have granted extensive magical assistance in our pursuit of higher metagenetic understanding, as well as the autonomy from legal concerns. As such, Omega Sequence project materials must be kept in Eastern Tiger's secure facilities only. Deviation from this may result in local law enforcement interest, and subsequent cleanup costs can be prohibitive. Yeah, that was a very odd experiment that we saw. Phenotypic alteration. Phenotypic alteration is the key process which allows for the Omega Sequence project to progress. Ordinarily, an organism phenotype is set and cannot be changed after a very early point in development. Morphology, phenology, replication processes, any alteration in the coding sequence of a living organism is invariable, fatal. Except in the case of Omega Sequence. Okay. A combination of alkyliding agents, and this is by the way just a true word, alkyliding, this is a post-modulation, post-alteration, let me use a more common word, post-alteration of sequences or proteins. Ambient mana control and potent alpha emitters allow us to control the replication of the Omega sequence metagene. This is accomplished through alteration of the interactions between DNA and their astral shadows, the building blocks of metagenetics and mana-based abilities. To understand this concept, consider an Indonesian shadow play. The story one watches is not of the puppet, but the shadow they cast. A skillful puppeteer manipulates just the puppet, but the space between the screen and the viewer. So too is it with metagenetics. Magical aptitude, metagenetic traits, and formerly unknown parazoology are revealed with when mana levels reach sufficient points to allow the astral shadows of DNA to engage in their delicate, powerful dance of replication. Wow! I hope you were awake for this episode, because apparently we are going into the science. The change is to change the metagenetics of an organism. We do not manipulate only the subject's DNA, but the space between that DNA and the astral plane. We can cast the required shadows, engendering change that cannot be explained solely by base pairs, alleles, and nucleotides. Again, proper techno talk. Control is our challenge. Control is a delicate art. It requires patience and perseverance as well as scientific acumen. But with a fine enough degree of control, we will be able to replicate magical abilities, trait expression, and black swan effects. What are these black swan traits? Individuals born during events which cause ambient mana to spike have been known to express extreme magical potential and meta traits not possessed by the majority of their meta type. Research into Homo sapiens nobilis subjects born during the awakening, for instance, indicate that on ordinary elven longevity simply does not apply. There is no upper bound to their telemetry regeneration. Effectively, they appear to be immortal. Nice. Oh, that was file 2. File 3. The goal of the Omega Sequence project is to harness and unlock these black swan meta traits, beginning with the question of the longevity factor of Homo sapiens nobilis. They want to get immortality. Treatments for extending human lifespans already exist, of course. Organ transplantation can extend life up to 50 years, and leonization treatment can theoretically extend life for several hundred. Yet the drawback of these are apparent to anyone who would scratch the surface. Leonization is prohibitively expensive and erodes the patient's essence with every treatment, leading to eventually systematic collapse. Organ transplants can preserve the body, but plagues build up in the patient's neural tissue, and the patient must take a cornucopia of immune suppressants for the duration of their life. True longevity lies in preventing aging from occurring at all. Omega Sequence blah 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 represents our most advanced metagenetic prototype yet. Well, it didn't look like that. Preliminary results indicate that the test clone age will lock at 19 years. Yeah, but that tumor's all over and progress no further. In order to test this, we have induced artificial aging of the clone through our fast grow organ replacement process. Unfortunately, this has led to an explosive cancer mutation rate, rendering it non-viable for any other types of metagenetic research. Even so, the value of this test subject cannot be overrated. Yeah. Download the data. I think it's time to get out of here. With the data and tissue samples secured, you are ready to make your exit from the Nazi. Pulling you out your comlink, you dial Captain Yomo. The Malaysian orc's face springs to life on your comlink, the Tusky mole spreading a grin. Yomo's listening. You ready for a pickup, my friend? We're standing by and have eyes on the ship. Make it fast. Come get us. We're done here. Easy, la. We'll be there in a few minutes. Be ready to write when we dropped you off, friend. With that, Jomo disconnects the call. In a few minutes, the only thing between you and Hong Kong will be the open ocean. The last detail is to inform the Johnson. Everything is complete and have transfer payment. You rapidly dial the number kindly Chen gave you for ticket. The elf on the screen has the bearing of someone with no time for pleasantries, and his tone is flat when he speaks. This is ticket. Is the task done? Well, let's be then, well, straight to the point. We're done. We're done here. We can release the data at the time and site of your choosing. That was swiftly done. Unfortunately, there's been a complication. I can't transfer you your payment until we meet in person. Oh, bloody hell. I have had a tail on me since I arranged the run with Kindly Cheng. I think the SEO Plus have caught up with me and are watching to see what I'm up to. I can shake the tail, but I need to ensure my safety before this is done with. Well, I can help you with that, but it'll cost you. We are, after all, a mercenary. Ticket grimaces, but nods his head in agreement after a few seconds. I'll pay whatever it takes to get them off my back. If I can't, my family's still dead. I have a safe house in Ho Chung village that I set up before landing here. Meet me there. Call me when you're close and I'll shake the tail. As long as we get it handled in a hurry, it should be clear to get out of Hong Kong. Well, my rates went up. Significantly. We can discuss whatever extra payment you think is fair once we meet in person. You disconnect the call and pocket your comlink. Things just got a whole lot more complicated. Yes, they did. I don't like this one bit, Deathclaw. Last minute plan changes are the fastest way to get killed. Especially if somebody's bloodthirsty like the Seopa rings are involved. This whole thing stinks. Sure does, but how else are we gonna get paid? On the other hand, know what? You have any better idea how to handle this situation then? Listen, just keep your eyes open and be ready for anything. I want to come home in one piece, okay? As you start to move away from the Omega sequence cargo, you realize your comlink is buzzing with an incoming call. Pulling it back out of your pocket, you answer, "Holy heck, people!" The speaker is a young man with an air of intensity about him. He's got the kind of eyes you've seen a lot of as a Shadowrunner. Sorry there. Full of casual violence and bloodshed. Deathclaw, you've been making a lot of waves lately, haven't you? Naughty, naughty. And who the hell are you? My name is Wang Ye Min. I run the Blue Haven Seopla Ring. You're Deathclaw and you've just stolen from Eastern Tiger. Wang runs a hand through his hair, a smug smile plastered across his face. Don't bother trying to deny it. I've got your employer's comlink hacked. I've heard the whole exchange. Pretty ballsy calling a Shadowrunner out like this. We both have to live and work in Hong Kong. You've made a bit of a name for yourself and I respect that. But, just like you, I have a job I'm being paid for, and that's to make sure your employer doesn't ever get his hands on the data and samples you've got. I think we can help each other. I don't back out on jobs. Wang clicks his tongue, narrowing his eyes. Even if your employer is lying to you about his motives, his history, and is going to kill you as soon as he has what he wants, I know some things you don't. The elf's full name is Tigat Wright, and he's a spy for Tir Tanger. Ah, an elven nation, some kind of field agent for the Council of Princes. He launched a failed attack on the original research lab in Tacoma. That's why Eastern Tiger is moving the project equipment and data to Seoul. He's also tried attacking that ship near Perth and Rio Islands. And what makes you think I'll trust you? Wright left every team he's hired out in the cold, or worse. You're just the latest in a string of hired help. I understand it's bad for business to cancel a contract, but it's better than being shot in the back of the head. We both have to live and work in this city. We both have a job to do. 2. Here's my proposal. You give me the data and samples from Omega Sequence 358 and I give you a cut of what I'm being paid. Then together we take care of Wright. It's not optimal, I know, but we both come out on top and get to send a message. Don't fuck with us. You know, that sounds like he's going to get all the things he wants, give us less pay, and also need to take out his enemy. I'm not so gonna say screw both of you, because I don't think I can take the samples and make use of them. Longevity is nice and all, but that's not what we... There's no security yet in this data. No deal. I finished my jobs to the letter. Wang's expression darkens and his tone grows cold. I hoped that we'll be able to come to an agreement, but if you refuse to see reason, bullets may prove a more effective argument. No one crosses the Blue Haven ring and lives. Your death will be an object lesson in that. The hell with that guy. He talks big, but I'm betting he's small fry punk trying to chase our tail. Just one more punk trying to make a name for himself. You put your comlink away and check the time. Captain Jomo should be arriving any minute. Time to back to Hong Kong. And what awaits. And I think what awaits is for the next episode. I say thank you for watching, and remember, great peril yields great beauty.